the most important thing to remember when cycling in Mallorca. So yes guys, hello and welcome back to the Templeton Triathlete YouTube channel. You joined me this morning, the first day back after arriving home from Mallorca, and I'm happy to tell you that I was successful in bringing home the sunshine in my suitcase. However, this morning it was rather disappointing when I got downstairs for breakfast and the breakfast buffet wasn't there. I'm just about to head out on a nice easy bike ride, and throughout this ride I'm going to tell you my top 5 tips that I learned for riding in Mallorca. Let's go. Okay, so starting off with tip number 1.
Adam, what are you on about? All lists start with number 1. Don't be silly.
Right, yeah, I guess that is true. I guess all lists do start with number 1, but yeah. Tip number 1 is try and find routes that other people have done before. There's a lot of apps and different map planning tools out there such as Komoot, Strava and All Trails, where people have uploaded routes that they've done in the past, and this then allows you to have a look, see what roads they liked, what roads they didn't like, and just helps when you're going into the unknown. If you want to do a big loop, you sort of know the general idea of where you're heading. It helps as well that on these routes they have specific hot points and checkpoints identified that have images that can show you what the route is like. Now, tip numero dos, we've got a Spanish there for you, is the bike computer is your friend, but you have to remember it is a computer. So what do I mean by that? It's great for tracking metrics like your power and your heart rate, and it's also a good navigation tool most of the time. You need to remember the GPS sometimes can get a little muddled up, and yeah, the route might not be as accurate as you think it is. If you've got plenty of left turns and right turns back to back in a small little town, sometimes you just need to trust your gut instinct, stick to that main road, and yeah, look at the road signs that are there. Even though that's so simple to say, if you watch the series, you'll have noticed that sometimes I was a bit silly and didn't do this, and let's say I took the more scenic route. So yeah, just remember, the bike computer is your friend, but it is a computer at the end of the day. Now, tip number 3 that I've got for you when riding in Mallorca, maybe a tough one for those A-type personalities out there, but it's that distance is probably not the best metric to look at for your rides. If, like me, you're travelling from the UK, your typical ride is rolling terrain, grippy roads, and your sort of moving average, say like of 20 minutes average speed, is pretty standard throughout the whole ride. Climbs are no longer than 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. But when you go to Mallorca, sometimes you're going uphill for over an hour, which is a different mentality definitely to have. You need to just be prepared to focus more on time segments rather than looking at how many kilometres you've done. And you might think that you'll make those kilometres back up on the descent. Sometimes that's true, you've got 4 or 5 kilometres straight downhill. Other times it's constant switchbacks, which again, if you're not used to, are difficult to cope with and take a wee bit of getting used to. So yeah, just try not to focus too much on the distance, look at the elevation, look at the time you've spent, and then also remember to factor in different things like the weather. Let's go. Now, changing gears to look at point number 4. No? Nobody changing gears? Tough crowd. Point number 4 is, if you think about stopping, stop. You may think at first this is more to do with the rules of the road, but I actually mean more to do with hydration and fueling. There are times on rides you'll be out and you might question, maybe halfway through a ride, do I need to stop at this moment? If you are in two minds, I'd say definitely stop. It may be that for the next hour or so you might just be on connection roads or single tracks where there aren't any other small supermarkets or little shops to then refill your bottles or get more food. and you don't want to be caught short in the middle of nowhere, that's for sure. And that brings us on to the fifth and final tip for cycling in Mallorca. I feel that I've kept the simplest but also the best till last. The most important thing to remember when cycling in Mallorca is to try and ride in the moment. You might go out and have plans to go to these popular locations like Sacalobra, Puig Major, but really it's those little connection roads in between. It's when you're going through these small towns and seeing the history that the island has to offer that makes it so special. Try your best just to enjoy every minute of it, and yeah, make the most of it when you're out there. It is hard to do, to ride in the moment, but yeah, just take in as much as you can. We've now made it to the end of the top 5 tips list, but before signing off for this video, I just really want to say a big thank you to everyone that's messaged me and showed support after I've lost the GoPro. It really does mean a lot knowing that there are people out there that genuinely do care about this channel. I make these silly little videos for fun, but to know that people enjoy them and might get motivated by them, or just yeah, it brings joy to them, it means a lot to me. And it's really motivated me to make more content, to bring more to the viewers. It does mean that for the next couple of weeks it's going to be the rubbish camera on my phone, and I also don't know what the audio is going to be like, so apologies if that's really bad as well. I'll wait and see if the GoPro does get found, and if not, I'll probably think about investing in another one. But yeah, with that, if you did enjoy this video and want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.